How often will you need to come in for adjustments during your orthodontic treatment? The intervals between your visits may vary from 1 to 2 or 3 month intervals, depending on how well the teeth are moving and what the positions were when we started. Generally, though, the intervals between appointments has vastly extended so that we usually don't need to see you that often, not like we used to. The wires that we're using today are really a space-age technology, literally developed for space travel, but we've been able to have them converted and using them in orthodontic treatment. So we can take a wire and it can take an enormous number of bends without ever taking a permanent bend, and it wants to return to a perfectly straight arch. As it is lightly returning to that perfectly straight arch, it is moving the teeth into that perfect arch form. So this was not possible in the past because the wires would always take a bend and you would have to change them much more frequently. That is not necessary today, and that has been a major advance in the ease of treatment. The forces that are generated, or pressures that are generated from the wires, are extremely light, but they are continuous so that the teeth are always getting very light pressures moving them to their desired positions. In addition to the materials that we have at our disposal, we also have to have patient cooperation and help in other areas. We are still using elastics, rubber bands that help correct bites when there is a skeletal problem, an upper or lower jaw that is out of position. We may need to have elastics helping that bone movement. And again, it's light pressure, but there we will depend on you, the patient, to help. And so we will give you instructions as to when to wear the elastics, how long to do it. And it is very important that the patient does what we ask them to do. If they do, we see very, very fast movement. We start with these elastic forces very early in treatment today. This is different as well from what was done previously. In the past, we were trying to straighten teeth and get everything aligned well before we were correcting bite problems, jaw relationships, and that sort of thing. Today, all of that is being done from the very beginning so that you're seeing much faster movement in a much better way. But going back again, it does require you and I working together to have this happen.